What's up guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We're back in this week with another video for you. So guys, this isn't going to be like one of our other normal videos. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be unboxing a 3D printer today. This is the JG Maker. This is a 220 by 220 by 250 millimeter building diagram, so it is a pretty heavy and big 3D printer. The package that it comes with weighs about 15 kilograms, I'd say around that much. And yeah, time to unbox it. This is what the box should look like if you buy it from Amazon, which I bought it from there. This is the box. And there it is.
Okay, we've got a 3D printer in this nice plastic cover. It is really well packed, as you can see.
And keep in mind, this is like a $300 printer, so it's pretty good.
Alright guys, once we open the box and take all the packaging away, we see our 3D printer in many different pieces. So all we're going to do right now is take all the pieces from this box and put them on the surface here, right here.
Okay, so the first step is to cut out these two. And there's these screws called the M540. I'm pretty sure it says somewhere on this. So just find those screws. There should be 4 of them. They look like this. So you put these screws in through here. I already put 2 of them. Make sure you put them in the right area, because these two are supposed to come a little bit out from here. And they're supposed to go in right over here.
So we're going to do that right now. You have to do that for both sides. So this other rail you see here goes on this side. We connected these 2 pillars on the printer.
Next up is to build the middle part that goes up and down to print. So for that you need this motor and this piece. This piece should be in one of these shoppers. You can see them.
Alright guys, this part of the printer is in, and time to move on to the next step. So far we have 2 rails done and one of those stepper motors on.
So after we got this base done, we're moving on to the part that goes up and down and that kind of draws in a sense. So this is the stepper motor that controls, I'm pretty sure this is the y-axis that it controls. So this area, there's 2 bolts down here. You can see it from here. There's 1 bolt there, and I don't think I put the other bolt in right now.
And we're trying to screw them on so we can move on further. So we'll catch you up in a bit.
So make sure that you see these little like circles. Those are facing upwards when you're putting it in. So like, because over here there's this little bolt, and it won't fit in if you do it on this side. It has to be on this side.
Alright guys, then you go and look for this piece. It has a fan, it has a nozzle at the bottom, and this is the tube for your filament. You grab this and you put it on this rail, and it slides up and down fairly easily. Alright guys, so we got the second axis on connected properly. It took us a while to figure out, so if you're struggling, keep trying. It does eventually go on pretty easily at the end. So here's to show how it goes up and down. It works really smoothly because the gears and the bearings are really nice on this printer. And
if you move the stepper motor from this side, like this white gear right here, the thing should move left and right. That resembles the gear moving when it's plugged in. So don't worry about it. And if you have some trouble putting this part on, don't worry, we had that out as well. Put the gear on, put this gear belt on first to this thing, then assemble one side, put this thing on, then do the left side. And yeah, now let's just build this last part and wire everything up and see if it works. So after we build this part, we just have to connect this thing on. And don't worry, sometimes this thing might not fit on, like it didn't fit on for us the first time. All you have to do is flip this thing with this thing and then it'll work. So the next step is to connect this thing on over here.
It's the company's logo, and we're gonna screw it on right now. Alright guys, once you get the top on and the company's logo is on, you have to go ahead into the back, and you'll find this really long rod. You connect it and you turn it up into the stepper motor, and as the stepper motor turns, the rod will move, causing this whole thing to go up.
Okay, so before you do the wiring, there's this one step where you have to get something like this.
It's pretty small. It's a small part, and it comes in one of these shoppers like this.
And so you see there's 2 of these things, okay?
There's 2 holes on it.
And there's 1 hole that's closer to 1 hole. Over here you can see that there's 1 hole closer to 1 hole. And that is where this one goes in, like this.
and we need to screw it on basically. Alright guys, so once we start putting the motors and everything's basically on, you can start doing the wiring. The wiring comes in these nice package stuff. So it already says labeled. So it says E motor, and on the instruction manual it says the E motor goes right here into this piece, and this piece is right here, as you can see right here. This one is, we connected the E switch in this one, and just follow the instructions for the rest of the wiring and we'll catch you then. When it says to connect the wires into the E motor, first of all you have to remove the 3 screws on top of it, which I did over here, and then you connect it over here and you screw it in from the bottom. The motor is placed underneath here and you put the screws on from the top, and we'll see you then. Alright guys, so all the wires are connected. We got the extruder motor on, we got the tube connected, which will carry the filament throughout the printer.
The last step is to connect this filament holder over here.
It holds your spool. We have a 1 kilogram blue spool, which is going to be held by this thing, and we need to screw it in. And once we're done that, we're basically done the whole printer, and we'll give you a final overview.
So guys, now I'm going to be uploading my first sketch to the 3D printer. So over here is the nozzle and how hot you want it to be. And this is how hot it is right now. This is how hot the bed is going to become, and this is how hot it is right now. This is telling you what percentage the fan is running at and how fast it's running at. This is just telling you the Y, Z, and X positions of the 3D printing nozzle.
And this is telling you that the SD card is inserted, so you could upload your sketch and have something printing.
So here's a little coin type of thing I 3D printed. I 3D printed it very small to see how well and precise it could print. This coin shows you many different aspects of the 3D printer and different features it has. It can draw curves really nicely. The indents, like these little angles that it has, those are pretty sick. They look really nice. And I also decided to draw this little line in the middle to see how skinny the line could get. And it is quite short, and you could potentially see through it.
And it looks pretty sick, so you can clearly tell that this printer is really good for the price, and it prints really accurately and really nicely.
Here's a robot I've been working on, which is fully 3D printed. It's right here. The video of this robot will be coming out in a few more days, so stay tuned for that.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
That was it for this week's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and be sure to go down there, subscribe, smash that like button, and comment down below. So this 3D printer is going to be a huge addition to our projects and our YouTube channel. We're going to be making a really cool and amazing project and robots with this 3D printer. This was the JG Maker 3D printer that we bought from Amazon Review.
Be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you up in a few more days. See you then.